Well, I'm joined now by two of today's protesters, Dr. Sholomosh Shogbamimu, co-organiser of the Bring the Noise Women's March, and Majid, former Somali refugee and now Lord Mayor of Sheffield, who used his post there to ban Donald Trump from visiting his city. Now, Mr. Mayor, wouldn't you rather have had a conversation? Shouldn't you have invited him and confronted him rather than banned him?
Well, John, what I'm trying to do is really highlight not only how dangerous Donald Trump's policies is, but basically just to say, as a country and the people of Sheffield that stand for equality, stand up for people's rights, that he's not actually welcome in Sheffield, because Sheffield were the first city of sanctuary. So everything that Donald Trump represents is not what we stand for. And by actually allowing him and inviting him to the UK, what we do is legitimise everything that he stands for.
But it would surely be much easier to just try and have a conversation with him rather than just not have him at all.
Well, this is what it is. The people of America, they're our friends. And of course, friends are honest with each other, John. When your friend is stepping out of line, you need to be honest and straightforward with them and say, no, you're not welcome here.
All right, well now, what about the Women's March? I mean, is it in part because you are worried about his misogyny, which of course is notorious, or are you worried about race?
This is so much more than that, because what is happening and what we are doing transcends the very boundaries of all the things that we represent. The reason why Bring the Noise was put together today was for the people to stand together in solidarity against the inhumane, divisive, misogynistic and discriminatory policies from the Trump administration.
Solidarity be men and women?
There were men there and drag queens.
But it was the Women's March.
Led by women, because you know, when women get together, we're too hard to ignore. Yeah. So as you can see from today, there were over 70,000 people on the Women's March alone. What we stand for is to dismantle the political rhetoric of hate, phobia, fear that's coming out of the Trump-Pence administration. As
a woman, do you feel sympathy with Mrs. May?
No, not at all. Mrs. May. Theresa May has a job to do. The bottom line is, as a people, we are the government. And we're saying to Theresa May, you must represent us. In the last 24 hours, Donald Trump has shown again what kind of ally he is, which he is not. So it's important that we, the people, we've shown today that we are radical without losing focus, and we are bold without restraint.
What about what Mr. Trump said about Europe and immigrants? He says Europe is losing its identity. That's a funny thing to hear on the heels of the World Cup.
Yeah. And you know, just on the touch of the World Cup, if you look at what the England team have done, is what a lot of our politicians have failed to do. They've actually united the country, regardless of what your race, background, religion, everything is. They've actually united it. And just look at people here today. You've literally got everyone from different backgrounds just to send that message, whether you're gay, black, women, we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and actually fight this misogyny.
So you would argue that this is Europe?
I would argue that Europe reflects what the unity of all of us are. But more importantly,
don't encourage them, Mr. Mayor. Do not encourage them.
But more importantly, are the British values that we hold. What we did today, all of these people that are standing here, has shown how our diversity transcends the boundaries of ethnicity, gender, race, anyone's choice of sex. So nobody on God's given earth, being Donald Trump, can stand against us. And
you can't hear her, Mr. Mayor, but do you agree with her?
110%.
That's right.
110%.
But seriously, Sheffield is a very multicultural city.
Yeah. It really is.
Can it be undone?
No, do you know what it is? People are always going to have their opinions, but I think by us coming together and saying, do you know what? This person stands for everything. As a city, like, we are living in a politics which is fueled with hate and division. And the last thing we need is somebody like Donald Trump that literally not just legitimizes it, but also makes it human. It's like we need to do everything to stop that being normalized.
I can't let you go without saying, I think a lot of people looking in will be staggered that a Somali refugee became mayor of Sheffield.
Well, do you know what? It's amazing. I think that's a testament to the people of Sheffield to say, do you know what? We're very proud of doing things differently. And it's great.
But you see, like you, Donald Trump was democratically elected.
Yeah, well,
you have to pay your money and take your choice.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we have to agree with him or welcome or roll the red carpet out for him. So it really isn't like that.
I think it's clear that we and the American people, the British people and American people, will always have a special relationship. And we respect the office of the White House. We respect the democratic elections and their decisions. but we will not accept what is unacceptable. So if they put someone like Trump and Pence in charge, we have to rise up and stand up and say, these are our values. So when Theresa May and the cabinet sit with him, they have to take note of what we want, because if they don't represent us, we will vote them out.
Well, I want to thank you both very warmly for being here.